Welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. Today we're working on the 2009 Royale Town Lite version, and as you can see it's in a bit of a state. So this car we bought from the junkyard for £4,386. It has a tiny i3 DHC turbocharged engine, and yes, we're not expecting to make a massive amount of money from this, but we came across it. It's a car we haven't done, so it does need doing. The state of it could be better, admittedly. It's even missing wheels. As you can see, there's a lot of bodywork missing as well. So we've got our work cut out. I will say though, the engine isn't big, so that will help us in terms of parts needed. I think costs should be quite low, I would say. Well, time will tell, I suppose. So, start as we always do. Let's take the engine out. Let's see what it's connected to, see what we need to do underneath. It's front-wheel drive, looking at the gearbox. And none of the actual steering element of the actual, or the drive element I should say, of the gearbox is there. So it's just gearbox to come off. There we go. There's nothing else in the way, I don't think. No, we should be okay. So we'll drop it down. We can take the engine out and have a look at this. See what it has to offer. I don't think there's anything in there we need to drain. Sometimes you have to be sure that there's nothing in there that could cause us an issue or fine. It all looks okay. I am going to speed through the taking this apart, but I'm not going to leave. Normally I'd leave you guys to it to see it, because there isn't much to this engine that's actually here. So it won't take us long to take it apart, even sped up. Well, even not sped up, it wouldn't take us long. As you can see, a lot of the parts are in bad condition, so hopefully we can fix a few. I think the majority will need replacing, but there is more parts missing. It's only got 3 pistons and piston rings. It's one of the smaller engines in the game itself. It's one that we haven't really had to deal with before. There we have it, all the parts done. So let's go away and fix them all. And now we're back after fixing and buying the parts, mainly buying. And we're going to start putting it all back together. And this will be sped up, and I'll see you when it's done. So that is the last bits going on now. We've got belt tensioner going on there. And the engine looks nice. It is small, as you can see, but it does look a pretty nice engine. Just small. It's really weird seeing a really small engine on our engine mount there. So used to the bigger ones. So, what will that engine be able to achieve top speed and around the track? That's going to be the interesting thing. Just as we check that we haven't missed anything. You know, can it hold up against the bigger cars? That's the big question, isn't it? I don't know if it will. Just double checking there's nothing we've forgotten. I don't think there is. Okay. Let's head into the main garage in a second. So, as you can see, money is no longer an issue, and we have said this previously, so our focus is always going to be now on rebuilds. going forward. So we'll start with taking the bodywork off. Not that there is much to take off, to be fair. Got a little body window there. I don't think I can take the window out, strangely. While we're here as well, we need to take the seats out. Though it's already missing the passenger seat, to be honest. I think it's missing the rear as well. The bench. Amazed it's still got a steering wheel, to be fair. If we go back to this, we can actually highlight the parts added into the shopping list already. That will help. Okay, so now that's done. We'll continue taking the body parts off first. No trunk, that's not helpful. No rear window. Door off, fender off. Can't take the body window off, and we've got a headlight as well. So not much really to come off this. So we're going to hoik it up, eh? And then we're going to take off the suspension, and we'll come back when it's all done. So that's the suspension all taken apart. We're just looking in the engine bay now. Is there anything else we need to take out of here? The other thing I always generally do as well is make sure we highlight the parts in the fuse box so we know which ones we need to buy. Sometimes obviously there are some missing, as you can see, so we don't rely just on the ones we take out. Well, it just saves us a bit of time later on having to come back and redo that. So that is that done. What else we got? We got anything else in the engine bay to take out? Yes. So the air filter, that can all be taken apart. We'll have to fix the actual air filter itself by a new filter. Radiator can come out as well. There we go. And before we go off and fix everything, let's actually weld this. It's always worth giving it a weld. Hopefully this will look 10 times better once we've welded it. Not too expensive either, to be fair. I've had a lot worse. That is the weld done. Okay, aside from the colour, it looks 10 times better already. It's amazing how a little bit of elbow grease makes it change it. Now we've brought everything, fixed everything we can, we're going to put everything back together. And again, we'll speed through the rebuild, as we've done this so many times now. But it's just, I still want to show it, even though we have done it so many times. So here we are. This is the rebuild of the suspension. So as you've seen, suspension is done. We've put everything in that back in the engine bay as well. We're just now just filling out fluids to finish off. It's not been too bad a rebuild. It's not taken too long, but it is a smaller car, hence the reason for it not taking too long. As we just carry on putting the fluids in. As always, if you're enjoying this content or any content on the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and a like on the videos does really help as well. And do let us know in the comments if there's a car you're looking forward to seeing us rebuild. I don't know how many cars are in the base game originally, so I'm curious to how many there is with the DLCs that's now been added as well. We've done quite a few of cars so far, but I still think we're miles away from one of every car, if that makes sense. So I'm curious. I still want to get to that performance vehicle. We've done a couple of 1-stars, but that's it. We haven't got any higher than that yet. So it's just luck in terms of what we find and when we find it and where. So hopefully, very near future, we'll start getting our 2-star cars done. If I can find some. Then our 3-stars. And then we've got a performance build. The current leaderboards, I would highly expect to change dramatically once we've got the performance versions of every car done. We've also got the engine changes of the car as well. So this car's got an i3 DRHC turbo engine. If it can have a different engine, we will change the engine to something different. Once we've done the performance version as the final version of that car, we'll actually do an engine swap, because it makes more sense to do that than try and hope you find one with a different engine in. So that is the plan going forward, and that's the same with all the other cars as well. Eventually we will end up doing engine swaps if we get to that point, which I'm hoping we will. It does take a while. Each episode roughly takes about an hour to an hour and a half to record, then edit, and then voice over. So you're looking at about 2.5 hours per episode of Car Mechanic Simulator as it stands. The Rust Racer Challenge, which is ongoing, will probably take even longer than that. Well, it does take longer than that, to be fair. I can spend hours going around the scrapyard looking for one part. So, yeah, they're not quick videos to make, but I do thoroughly enjoy the game. I enjoy playing through it. I'm enjoying comparing the stats and the leaderboard times and things like that. Right, we'll have a quick look at this. This is a new feature. It's probably been in the game for you guys a little while. It's something I haven't used. I've been umming and ahhing about using it on different cars. I probably won't that often, but because we haven't used it, I thought we'd give it a go. This is the tint. So this was a new upgrade, a new update to the game a little while ago now. Thinking, well, by the time this comes out, compared to when it actually came out itself. So you can change the colours of the windows and tint them, colour them, decide how opaque they are, and basically make it look your own. I'm not a massive fan of window tinting. In general, in real life, I'm not a fan. It doesn't interest me, but I thought for the first time we'll use this. It does cost us money as well, so obviously it's down on your profit. But we'll give it a go and see what happens. I'm just not a fan. I think that's the issue with this. I would like to be a fan. It just doesn't interest me in that regard. Same as most cosmetic things, though. I'm not a massive cosmetic fan. So any sort of cosmetics bug me. This is why the painting, you might notice, that is quite plain. I'm trying to use the liveries more and more, because I think some of the liveries really make the car stand out. But it's just cosmetics. I'd rather get around the track, do the top speed, and even rebuild the thing. That's the part I enjoy. The cosmetic side of it, I don't really. But yeah, here we are, messing around with windows just to see what we can add and what we can't. See what we can tint. I think we've done the rear, looking at that. So yeah, there's a few to do. If you want to mess around with them, it now has window tinting available. I don't believe you gain any more money when you sell the vehicle. Okay, so we're going to go off once you put this away and fix the paint the vehicle, and we'll have a look. So here we are. This is our painted, finished Royale Town Lite from 2009. Yellow because why not? It's like a small hatchback, isn't it? So I kind of just thought we'd go for that. I think hatchback is the right phrase. I'm hoping it is. As you can see, 100% factory rebuild is done. So, time for the leaderboard laps. Firstly, the track time. How fast can it go around the track? Now, this car's small and compact, so you'd hope that this could do fairly well. There's always that chance that the big, bulkier cars can't drive the corners that well. There's always that opportunity. So we actually set our fastest lap in the third lap, and as you can see, we definitely improved from a standing start to a second lap, and this will improve even further. But this is the fastest lap of all 5, and it's the middle one. So this car, I would say, handles okay. I wouldn't say it's anything spectacular. You can see the speed climbing on the track, and it is slow. That's the thing that lets it down, I think, is just the speed it has is next to nothing. There's no acceleration. Brakes are okay, but then it's not going particularly fast, so I wouldn't expect the brakes to struggle. Brakes normally only struggle when it's something's going particularly fast, and it's not. So it's okay. That's about all I can really say on the driving, to be honest. I wanted to say I loved it, it was brilliant, but it's not going to happen, I don't think. So with the sharp right-hander here, this is important. Your braking plate right, braking place right. You mess that up, you mess up your lap, and it's going to cause you issues. It's so easy, and I've done it so many times, to crash into the barrier itself as you approach the corner on the left-hand side. Just misjudge it, and it's horrendous when that happens. Especially if it's your last one, you think, yeah, I'm definitely going to beat it. Crash. I've got to wait now. Right, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of the lap time though. We've got 3 corners to go. So we got this right-hander coming up in a second once we do the short left. It's 4 if you include the short left. I don't know if the short left is an actual corner or not. I don't know if it is. But anyway, braking for the right-hander, trying to bring around nicely, trying to keep the speed up, and then we've got 1 more corner to go, and we're going to cross the line in a total time of 1:55.715. That is good enough for 12th on our leaderboard, so not too bad, not brilliant, but not too bad. 12th place is still something to be proud of. I'm happy with that. It was better than I expected. Okay, top speed now. Now, what can we do here? As we saw in the lap time, the top speed is capped quite heavily. It doesn't have the oomph with that i3 engine. It is a turbo engine, but even so, I just think it's missing the grunt that we're used to in some of the bigger engine cars. But we're already up to the 130 kilometers nearly. There we go, for 130 gained, 140 now, 150. It's going to take a superb effort to get anywhere near the top times, I think, in this. 160 now surpassed. Much more we got in us. It's kind of hovering, no, up a little bit more, 170 mile an hour, kilometers an hour, sorry. Up to 109, 180. Can't even say my words now. 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. We're on our track. The track is here. So it's 192 kilometers per hour, 119.303 miles per hour, 17th on our leaderboard. So not good, really. Now, let's talk money. So we spent £17,760 fixing the vehicle. The total cost, including buying it, was £22,146. We're going to sell it for £41,850, and we made a profit of £19,704. Not the best profit in the world, but it's for a small car like this, that's not too bad. The laps aren't going to blow up, the timing sheets are never going to. This is kind of one of those really durable daily drivers, maybe, I'd say. But that is it for today. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the series. If you enjoy any content on the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and liking the videos does help as well. And we'll see you next time for a story car, something a little bit different. Bye bye.